We've known for ages about Brandi Glanville and LeAnn Rimes' epic feud. But now Brandi's written a whole letter on the subject, and what she's disclosed sound like the premise of a horror movie. These two were honestly never going to have a good relationship. You can pretty much guarantee that when people only enter each other's lives because one cheated with the other's husband. Brandi's complaints go beyond husband stealing, though. LeAnn Rimes seemed to flip a switch and immediately began acting as a stepmother to Brandi's kids. That sounds sweet enough, right? Like, it's better than hating them. Brandi's issue is that LeAnn loves to post pictures of herself with Brandi's kids, flaunting her relationship with the kids and with Eddie Cibrian. That's especially hurtful, say, when LeAnn and Eddie have the kids over holidays, when Brandi is missing them the most. Essentially, you know, this is LeAnn bragging that she's living Brandi's life. Now, Brandi's gone after LeAnn Rimes before. Recently, even. And LeAnn Rimes has even had some complaints about Brandi. So there's no love lost between them. But this is worse and, honestly, we're shocked that Brandi didn't spill the beans way sooner. During these years I've dealt with her obsession with me in the form of her copying my life, from going to my dentist, dermatologist, plastic surgeon to even attempting to see my trainer of 14 years, Brandi writes in a letter first shared on the Dirty. Sorry, but that's way beyond feud levels and sounds more like the behavior of a budding serial killer who intends to one day wear your face as their own. I let all of this go in hopes that it would soon come to an end. Honestly, it sounds like keeping quiet was a mistake. Just recently I was invited to attend a party for a magazine, and just 3 hours prior to the event was called and told that LeAnn and Eddie asked that I be uninvited or they would not attend. Honestly, who does that? We are all adults here. Well, not everyone's acting like adults. That kind of maturity level would be disappointing if we saw it on a Gossip Girl rerun, let alone in real life from actual grown-ups. I've had to deal with harassment online by her employees for years, and these are people she pays, her music producer, hairstylist, and former road manager to be specific. I did not react to these recent things. I tried to turn a blind eye. When we first heard, before reading this letter, that Brandi was accusing LeAnn of paying people to harass her online, we sort of assumed that this was like the paid protesters nonsense that we've heard in politics lately. You know, we figured that maybe Brandi was being a little paranoid, and attributing random social media trolls to her archenemy. But no, she seems to know exactly who they are, and lists them specifically. This is also alarming. And there's more. My last straw was a couple of weeks ago when her and her assistant watched my boyfriend's Snapchats several times over the course of a few hours and just happened to show up where we said we would be to celebrate Stepmother's Day, a day early. So, remember how LeAnn likes to dangle pictures of her perfect life with Brandi's ex and children in front of Brandi? It's apparently not restricted to social media. They sat across the room from us just to hurt and torment me by using my own children as pawns. I've done my best to keep quiet over all of her antics, but bringing my boys into this was my breaking point. I just want the truth out there and for all of her nonsense to stop. Holy crap. That is sickening. Now, this is just one side of the story, but we've all seen LeAnn's viciously cheery posts of the kids for years. It sounds like LeAnn Rimes needs to get her own life. And some therapy. And it sounds like Brandi needs to try to get what might be a first of its kind restraining order.